Straight from Saxon, you listen to That Metal Interview. Come on!
Were you wearing denim, wearing leather? Did you run down to the front?
That Metal Interview.
And so we welcome you once more, boys and girls. Your friend James from the planet Earth, the state of Texas, in the US of A. And we have a legend with us here today on this episode, Mr. Biff Byford of SAXON, the great legendary UK band. And he is here to promote the band's brand new album, Hellfire and Damnation, which dropped January 19th of this year, 2024. You guys have full access to it. You guys can pick it up and check it out. So right now, let's listen to the title track, Hellfire and Damnation. Check it out.
That set the spirit free.
Satanic rites, holy prayers, bring supremacy.
true metal, a true melting of our faces as far as rock metal goes. That was Hellfire and Damnation. Let me read the song list here on this brand new album. The Prophecy, Hellfire and Damnation. Madam Guillotine, check that one out. Fire and Steel, awesome title. There's Something in Roswell. There's a video for that, music video. You guys can check it out on YouTube. Kubla Khan and the Merchant. Pirates of the Airwaves. 1066. Witches of Salem. Supercharger. All those are badass songs, not just the titles themselves, but I do give it a 10 out of a 10 as far as my review. And I did tell that to Mr. Biff Byford. My appreciation for this rock awesome collection of brand new songs from SAXON as they outdid themselves once more. And with them is Mr. Brian Tatler of Diamond Head. How awesome is that? Now you got to check him out if you haven't, so go out there and check them out on the road. They are coming to the US, so check out their socials and check out their website. So anyways, enough talking. Let's go directly to the interview with Mr. Biff Byford of SAXON. Enjoy. What part of the world are you at? Where are you?
I'm in Yorkshire, in England, at the moment, in my studio.
Very cool. I saw your post. New album is at number 1 on the NACC charts. Congrats.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's really good. It's always good to be in the charts whenever you make an album. It's gone pretty high up in the charts in UK and Europe. But yeah, it's good for America. Definitely need to make some new fans and let everybody know we've got a new album coming out as well for our hardcore fans. Definitely.
Hellfire and Damnation. I give it 10 stars out of 10. Biff, it really kicks ass for sure. I love it from top to bottom. You guys just did an awesome job. Do you think this is the best? Is this the best one yet?
Yeah, I think we've created a bit of a monster with this one, definitely. I think it's probably our best one so far, definitely. It has got, there was some really magical things happen when we were writing, the circumstances of how we got to where we got with the album. So yeah, we're really happy with this album, and it has something special on there. Some I don't know, some gypsy dust or something, or fairy dust on there, but it's cool. I really like it.
No doubt, awesome material. I heard the whole thing, of course, but when I press play on Madam Guillotine, oh man, that's just an awesome jam. Can you talk about that song?
They call me the Jet. I've come to settle your debt. Mary Antoinette, I took your pretty head.
Yeah, well, the song, me, Douglas and Brian Tatler wrote that song. So yeah, it's something I've been wanting to do, write a song about the guillotine, the French Revolution, back in the day, and I wanted for us to be a bit more like Alice Cooper, a little bit sort of more theatrical. So yeah, it really turned out well, that song. It's a great groove, and really, the chorus really gets in your head, really does.
After so many albums and songs, Biff, is it difficult coming up with new stuff like melodies, riffs, lyrics, etc., or do you find it easy? Is it still easy, or do you find it difficult?
No, I don't think it's ever easy to write great songs, because you have to craft them, they have to be crafted, and it's like making anything, that's really great. You have to spend some time with it. It's never easy coming up with it. I mean, everything has to be in the right place at the right time, and people have to have the chemistry, and the inspiration has to flow from everybody. So, I think with this album, coming out of COVID, we had, a Carpe Diem. But I think this is the first album we've had where we, were able to sit down and say, let's try to write a great album, and we'll go on tour. Judas Priest asked us to go on tour with them in Europe and the UK, which was perfect. So we had to get a move on and get the album finished. So I think the creative juices were flowing really big time on this album.
That's for sure. Which is your favorite track here?
At the moment, I would say Madam Guillotine is my favorite track. It's it's really, really catchy, that track. You know, it's really turned out to be that sort of heavy metal with a melodic edge to it. You know, really, really great.
How many new tracks do you guys plan on playing live and fitting in the set list?
In the US, I would say 6, maybe 7. You
Wow.
know, we've played all the tracks live anyway, you know, before we recorded. So they all sound great live. I mean, there's nothing anybody can't play. You know, there's no computers in there doing anything strange, or
Yeah.
you know, there's no. We don't have like 100 voices on the choruses and things. So we don't intend having any sort of backup going at the same time. So pretty much everything, everything you hear is going to be live. So just like the album, really. So it's going to be cool.
Any ritual or what do you drink? Any vocal exercises before recording your tracks in the studio? Do you just go in there and sing?
Yeah, I just go in and sing, really. Yeah, I'll sing along to some of our songs a bit, just to loosen up. But I don't do anything special. No, I just sing basically.
How about on the road? How do you maintain your voice with all the traveling and sometimes lack of sleep or this and that?
You have to be careful that you don't party too much. It's easy to party too much because there's a lot of free booze. There's a lot of time spent doing nothing. Hanging about. So you've got to look after yourself a bit. You can't go too crazy. You can go crazy, but not every night.
Right.
Let's go crazy on. We tend to go crazy a bit on the days off. The show before the day off is usually the party show. You know what I mean?
That's for sure, huh? You gotta be careful. Not too much partying and beer and stuff. You gotta think of the next day, huh? Yep.
That's right. You gotta think of the next day, and you gotta try and sleep as well. You don't want to be getting up, going to the toilet all night because you drank too much. So you gotta be a bit wise, and you gotta be a bit respectful of your body as well. That's the main thing.
Speaking of tours, what's your favorite part of touring, Biff? Do you enjoy meeting fans, or what's your favorite part of touring? Maybe just traveling?
Yeah, I think the best bit, once you get to the gig, once you get to the show, we get to the show around 3-4 o'clock, so you start meeting people outside, chatting, people bringing autographs and things. So it all starts then, really. The band will probably get together for dinner, before the show, most days. So it's just like a regular routine that we have. We'll arrive at the venue, meet some people, go in, have some food, and then start to the sound check-in. So, but it's all about the show in the evening. That's the main thing, the show.
Right.
And after the show, you can meet some people if people stick around to check you out. So I think we're doing some meet and greets on this tour, so we'll probably get a chance to meet quite a few people.
Very cool. Maybe I'll meet you here in Texas. I'll go check you guys out in San Antonio for sure. Yep.
We're waiting for Texas. It's a great place for Saxon.
It's a music state, yeah, for sure. You got a lot of fans here in Texas, for sure, huh?
Definitely, yeah. Texas. All the cities, but San Antonio is probably our most popular place. But it's been like that since 1980. I think it's got down to the airplane we used to get there back in the day. Yeah. I'm
a guitar player, a local musician here in Texas. Nothing big, professional. But I'm curious, what do you guys sound check with, Biff? It varies, of course. Do you just call a random song, or do you call a new song, or what do you call it?
Well, what we usually do is we'll probably start with the first song of the set. So if we've got a play on or something, or we'll probably put that on just to the first song of the set. And then I'll usually ask, if any of the guys want to go through anything. Is there anything the night before that, you weren't happy with, or you want to go through something, and then we'll just, sometimes I'll say, maybe we should play I don't know, some random song one night, so we'll rehearse it. We'll practice it and maybe throw it in set that night. So we like to keep an open book on the set list, so we can swap and change the songs whenever we feel like it. So yeah, I mean,
wow.
If we're doing new songs, for instance, if one of the new songs, the audience aren't quite reacting to it like we want, then we'll change it up and put another new one in and see what that one goes like. So we're always trying to give the audience what they want, really. Their favorite songs.
Nice. When did you first hear of the term new wave of British heavy metal, Biff? Was that back in the 80s, early 80s, late 70s?
Yeah, it was in a newspaper. It was in a music magazine. Somebody said it. One of the early journalists, young journalists from that time, he mentioned it. Because people were a bit confused because they couldn't really differentiate between sort of the big bands of the 70s, who were heavy metal, like Sabbath and a lot of the bands of the 70s. So I suppose because this all happened really in 1980, they just brought this name out just to let people know that we were a new style of metal music. That's it really. That's what it was all about.
Very cool that you were there in person throughout all those changes, going from the Led Zeppelins to the new wave of British heavy metal. And what do you see different now in 2024, Biff? Of course, the internet. How do you see the music business, I guess, nowadays compared to the end?
Well, a lot of it now is down to social media, I suppose. That's the new. There are still magazines, and luckily there's still a lot of radio stations that play music like that. But a lot of it's social media now. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We don't really do TikTok. We don't really have anything to do with TikTok.
Yep.
But most of it's through YouTube or Facebook, Instagram. So we're quite on it, really. We have to keep posting things and keeping people interested. That's what it's all about, really. So we're just the same as every other band. Whether it be Saxon, Judas Priest, Ed Sheeran,
right.
U2. They're all on social media, and you have to be.
Everybody's out there, yep.
Everybody's out there, so it's no good if you're not out there.
Right, true. Would you say Wheels of Steel is your most successful record, the one that brought you attention, or at what point do you think you got all this?
I think Wheels of Steel brought the attention, all around the world. I think. It was a big album in Japan. It was a big album in Australia, all around the world, really. I think it was a well-known album in America. I think a lot of bands, that were around knew Wheels of Steel. Were a bit of a cult band, probably as were Maiden back in the early 80s. But yeah, I think, a lot of bands who caught those their influence of, like your Metallica and your Pantera and your Motley Crue, loads of other bands would probably have had a copy of Wheels of Steel,
That's true. All these bands are point the finger at you guys as an influence.
I'm sure Wheels of Steel was the first band they heard of. Although we had an album out before that, just called Saxon. There were some pretty heavy tracks on that one as well. So, if you listen to people that quote us in interviews, they're more or less saying that things like Motorcycle Man and Electric Thunder, were massive influences on them.
Yeah, I saw you perform on stage with Metallica on their 30th anniversary concert in San Francisco back, I think it was 2011. How was that experience for you?
Yeah, that was good fun. I think I was pretty drunk actually, but it was great fun, to sing Motorcycle Man. Metallica have never covered a Saxon song, so a little bit strange because it was really, it only me did a song that wasn't covered by Metallica, but it was great, Metallica are massive fans of Saxon, we influenced them, and to ask me to go over there to sing a song like Motorcycle Man is brilliant, really. So yeah, it was a great. Well, I was happy, to fly over there.
Do you think new bands nowadays need a record label to make it out there, or do you think it's all possible through social media with no label?
Well, it has been proved possible without a label. I mean, it has happened, but it's quite difficult to do everything else without an agent and stuff like that, though. You know what I mean? If you get for instance, if you get, say you get 5 million views on YouTube or something, then obviously you can tour, but you have to have somebody to put that tour together. You can't just jump in a Volkswagen van and go, come on, let's tour. Yeah. So, there are certain aspects of it that you do need other people's help. You have to have a team. You have to have a great team, because you can't do everything yourself. This is one of the things. At some point you have to have somebody who steps in to help you, and that's where a management or an agent comes in, really. But we like our record company. We like to support them, and they do a great job for us, especially over here in UK and Europe. So we're making inroads into America with every album we release. We're getting bigger and bigger. So it's really good. They do a great job. Wow. What's next on your agenda, Biff? Here after all these interviews, what's on your plan here? I'm doing interviews every day. America's walking up now, so I'm doing a lot of interviews with U.S. radios, U.S. podcasting, general sort of media things. So yeah, the album's getting noticed. So I'll just keep doing interviews until I stop, really. But we'll probably a couple more weeks and then relax a bit before tour starts. We start rehearsing for the tour early March. So about 4 weeks now we'll be preparing for the tour. So that'll be good. Would you like to send a message to your friends and fans listening to the podcast? Yeah, check out Hellbound Damnation. It's a monster album. Check it out. Yeah, I'm sure you're gonna like it. We put a lot of love and attitude into this album, so it's there for you to listen to and to get. So we'll see you all in April in the spring. So it's going to be great. See you all then. Absolutely. Hellfire and Damnation, 10 out of 10. In my opinion, you guys should pick it up. And thank you, Biff. Thank you for your time. 10 out of 10. You can't do better than that, can you?
Yes, sir. The best. You guys are the best. I appreciate your time, Biff.
Thank you very much.
Hellfire and Damnation is the true a rock metal title for an album. And as I said before, they outdid themselves. I truly, truly recommend this album as any other Saxon album, but there's something truly special about this record. I tell you, you guys have to check it out, no doubt. Thank you, Mr. Biff Byford, frontman, and the only original guy left from the 70s original lineup of Saxon. And there you go. He talks to us about the band and how he feels about the music business in 2024 compared to back in the day, right? So anyways, thank you, Mr. Byford. Thank you all for listening, downloading, and sharing that metal interview podcast, the best rock metal podcast on the globe. And anyways, don't forget to keep it metal.
That metal interview.